Hey guys, happy Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Sorry about the slight delay. We have family. We have family in town, so I was just distracted. So, welcome back to another Friday where we listen to video game music. As always, I'm very excited about today. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is all this? Okay. Everything is functional. Everything is functional. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. That lo-fi is getting me claimed left and right. Someone is false claiming the lo-fi that I had custom made, which is very annoying. First time catching a live? Hey, Fonto, how are you? Good morning, all. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, whatever it is for you, where you are. We have a bunch to check out today. And so we shall. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope everyone's had a great week. Oh, Snowy, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so as always, we actually have a ton of turn dots to go through today. Yeah, we're very busy today. And I'm looking forward to your second time catching a live. That's awesome. So we're going to be here for several hours just going through song choices that my patrons have asked for. As always, the game plan is just... I'm sorry. We're going to go right into it? I think so. Sorry, it's like more distracting than normal because there's more people here at my home. Okay, so the game plan is to go through to about probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks with deeper analysis and things, and then we'll save the rest for. I mean, it's only the second week of August. Can you believe how fast? Ignore the Amazon box. It's actually a light. It's a light that will go right here eventually. But my back was all messed up, so that's why I haven't gotten to it. That's why. And then yeah, we'll probably get to probably about 15 or 20 songs. Hello, what's up? 15 or 20 songs on the Tosca tier. Hey Smug, what's up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, you guys. Do I have any updates for you? Not especially. It's too early in the month. Yeah, no. I have no updates. Obviously, we've been playing Cyberpunk, which has been really fun. So that's been enjoyable. And yeah. That's pretty much it. Just been busy as always. Hope everybody's been doing really well. Yeah, that's all I've got to report. Tomorrow, hello. Tomorrow I'll be streaming the Battlefield 6 open beta. I'm really excited about it. I've been looking forward to playing it on stream. And honestly, in October, this channel may very well become a Battlefield channel. So I know a lot of people are like, wait, what? You play you play Battlefield? And the answer is unequivocally yes. I love Battlefield much more than COD, that's for certain. So, alrighty. Well, I know, Kirby. I know it's a little bit daunting and overwhelming. Yo, Nate, thanks for that code yesterday. I accidentally linked it to not my EA profile, which is very annoying. So I'm going to try to make it work today on my own for funsies. I'll have to keep you posted on it. But I appreciate you giving me the code regardless. All right. Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia just had like a new toy come out. That's a fat rip, I know, but I think it might be able to work. I appreciate it regardless. So part of me is like, what if they were to remake or remaster Skies of Arcadia? So it's sort of an unappreciated oldie but goodie when it comes to RPGs. I really want to play it. All right. After crash landing onto an island due to an ambush from an enemy battleship, you find yourself stranded from the... by the way, the Skies of Arcadia main theme is so exceptional. After crash landing onto an island due to an ambush from an enemy battleship, you find yourself stranded from your friends and family. Skies of Arcadia is a special JRPG that was a must-buy for Dreamcasters. Yeah, that's right. Hearing some big hits from its soundtrack on live 365 internet stations, anyone remember those, was absolutely brilliant. And hearing this in a Let's Play sold me on getting the game. My fond memory is playing this on the piano for my late mother as she walked around the house. Happy birthday in heaven. Oh, that's sad. Yes, of course. I have no problem discussing and taking a listen to classic NES stuff. We just have to package it the right way so more people are eager to check it out. Hey, Zachary. All right, let's check it out. Uninhabited Island. Tomorrow night. Actually, it comes with some nice Hi, Blue. Happy Friday. Hey, wow, this looks... I've actually never seen gameplay of this. You know, before the song ends, there's two things that really stick out to me that I'm sure you guys also picked up on. And one of them is the fact that we get this mysterious quality, right? So the title, obviously, of the track is Uninhabited Island, right? So we recognize that this is a place that very few people ever go to, or are, you know, privy to, right? And so you get this excellent piano pulsation, boom, boom, brum, 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 brum. Hey, Von Yar. And I think that really does such a wonderful job of creating this feeling of like, what is going on here, right? There's a bit of mystery in that sound. Hey, Momo, right? So that, coupled with the strings that are sort of underneath buoying and supporting that piano, I think adds to that element of maybe even a little bit of danger, a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of fear, a little bit of stress, right? And it's interesting because it's a kind of not peaceful track, even though like visually as we see it, it does feel like if you could change the music here and have it be, you know, maybe a little bit more hospitable sounding, it would automatically feel like a very comfortable, lovely, foresty kind of sound, right? Hey, Purple Yoshi, what's up? Happy Friday. So all that to be said, I find it really interesting how musically this music was created for a specific purpose. It's an uninhabited island. It's not a place of comfort. It's a place of concern. It's a place of mystery. It's a place of maybe a little bit of tension. But it's interesting to me that had we swapped this music out and had it been romantic or peaceful or, you know, lush sounding, then it would have given it a totally different musical context, right? And I find that to be really interesting. But let's keep listening. Also, mind you that it says that the two characters left the party in this video. And that's something interesting too, because it lends itself to that loneliness that we would imagine how lonely one would be on an uninhabited island, right? Interesting. Oh. Yeah, so it actually doesn't resolve down. That's very interesting. So in the end there, it actually ends up being this kind of almost... well, there's a peaceful sound in there. You know, I think it's interesting, too, because here we have this situation where Vice interacts with Gonzalez and, you know, sees his body and sees his, you know... broken, you know, his bones and his skeleton, and it's kind of like there's a little bit of, hey Pursuer, thank you, 18 months, that's crazy. There's a bit of brokenness in that sound, a bit of a feeling of like, damn, you know, and I find that to be also really interesting as well. Like, again, like this place, it's like, you know, Vice was just shipwrecked, so there's obviously like, damn, my ship's ruined. Here I am on an uninhabited island. I have no way of knowing how I'm going to get off this thing. And musically, instead of it being fear or discomfort or stress, it's really this sense of like, well, what's this island hiding? Like, what are the secrets that are here? And I find that to be kind of interesting. Oh, there's two Momos in chat. Okay. Because, like, in reality, that sound is actually one of like curiosity to me, right? Like when we have the strings do that, there is some sustaining, but yeah, I find it just very, very, very intriguing and simple, and it makes Skies of Arcadia really. God, have you ever heard the main theme of Skies of Arcadia? Check this out. Isn't that so gorgeous? Anyway, whenever I hear Skies of Arcadia, my brain just goes to that main theme. It's like one of the most beautiful main themes I've ever heard. Really nice piece, and of course, happy birthday in heaven to your beloved mother there, AFK. I'm sorry to hear about that. So, we get ourselves some... Hey, Sephernair, what's up? Let's tune over to Umineko again. Let's check out Lai Alaya. Man, bro, I would love to stream Umineko. I just yeah, no, thank you for so much for suggesting it. I would love to stream Umineko, but I think one of my big concerns is I just keep falling asleep every time I do anything remotely related to reading. And that is just my age at this point. I think the minute I start to read, I just start to fall asleep, and it would make for terrible stream content. And it'd probably take me a year to read it. But let's check out Lai Alaya because the name is fantastic, and talk about it. How's the audio, by the way? Could the music be louder? Is it good? Should... Wow. Perfect, thank you. You know, so this is a fucked up tango, which is really intriguing to me. It's a very stressful tango. And there's tons of dissonance in that, right? So what we end up getting is this this is unholy. This is disturbed, you know, something that could or should be playful or light or you know, relaxed, in essence becomes distorted, disfigured, inhuman, and almost like destructive, you know. What's up, Danish? Hi, I knew when I saw you on YouTube reacting to Iron Mouse. I like your vibe. Well, you're welcome to hang out. On Fridays, I listen to video game music. Hey, Bloomberg, thank you. You have a great day, too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that. But I find this to be, I thought Laya Laya would be a little bit more upbeat or something, but it's turning out to be quite the opposite. Some Duke, yes. Oh, hey, Bess. Sorry, it didn't appear on my... There you go. You can just do exclamation song to get the link if you want it. Wow, Ryan, I really picked the worst of the two, I feel. I mean, it's a very disturbing piece of music, isn't it? Because it really feels like this dance with the devil, this dance with disfiguration and discomfort. It's really ugly, kind of. It's an ugly sound. Hey, Zother, what's up? How are you? Really uncomfortable and really unpleasant to listen to. It's jagged. It is bordering on atonal and deviating from the you know, what we would consider a standard track. It's very, very, very unnerving. But it's interesting how this unnerving feeling is created through like a classical musical approach. You know what I mean? Which I find really, really fascinating. I've definitely listened to Golden Sun. I just don't remember. But no one... Oh, yeah, okay. So if I look at the video game music list archive, it does not look like Golden Sun appears. But I have most certainly listened to and done a video on Golden Sun. But I think... I definitely think a patron requested Golden Sun, but for whatever reason, it's not here. Okay, interesting. It has some similarity. It has some similarity to Ludwig. I think Ludwig is structured a little bit better. But this is very much like a truth being unraveled. Like even that's like super dissonant and minor, but imagine if it was in major. Yep, that's it. I didn't delete it. I've stopped deleting videos. I don't do that anymore. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I mean, it's a very interesting piece because there's so much happening here. I think it fluctuates between having these moments that are very tonal and very elegant, coupled with this musical distortion and disfiguration, which is very, very unnerving. Frankly, I can't wait for it to be over. Why am I so handsome? Oh, what a mess. All right, Ryan. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, that's very, very much a lot of twisting in that is very unpleasant. So thank you for making my day better. And time, Deadbird Studio. The first stealth mission in the game, having you sneak through a giant movie studio as two directors are in the process of filming separate movies, with this song switching instruments as you make your way back and forth between both sets. One of the sets has a very bright and neon futuristic theme, with the song having the high synths, with the other song having high synths as the lead instrument. Oh, the other movie set in the early 1900s Western vibe. Which has a banjo and a harmonica as leading instruments. The OST version I linked is both versions. Cool. And it's interesting how you still get the mallet there, the tritone. See, I like how we take a minute to set up. It is such a classic trope of leading into the motif and the thematic elements. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that there's this natural growth there. So the first half is very like sneaky, stealthy. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Felt a little bit like GoldenEye in some ways. But then we dive into the synthy sound of the one studio. A little bit of 16-bit. That's kind of cool. Wow. That particular patron, in regards to the Umineko stuff, is Ryan often posts Umineko, and I think we're just kind of going down the list, to be honest. Plus, he gave me 2 options, and I picked that one because it had an interesting name. So that was on me, actually. Marco, I have a question. Have you ever thought of reacting to Sekiro? Well, I mean, I play through all of Sekiro's Other. If you want to check out that playthrough on youtube.com/MarcoMeatball, that entire playthrough is there. So there's some good. I mean, unless you're talking about like analyzing it and taking a look at it at a bigger picture, which I should do because Sekiro is super underrated. But its soundtrack is super underrated, even though it's not my favorite. But yeah, I just played through all of Sekiro a couple months ago, actually. Oh my god, it's been a long time already. So if you want reactions to music, that's where you'll find them, and the entire game. Crazy how fast time moves, yep. Oh, that's interesting. So there's the swapping in and out. Huh. Okay. So we retained some of the identity from the other side, but then in this side, wow, it's such a subtle shift, you can't even tell. Now that in context would be very cool. I think as a piece, it's fine. I don't think it really does anything too particularly exciting. Just listening to it for the sake of listening to it, which is fine. But yeah, I think I feel like the little touches there musically do a great job, probably in context, of showing how it's very fun. It's very fun, and actually theoretically it's diegetic, because that's probably, we could argue that that's what's playing during the filming of those scenes. At the very least, it's dynamic, which is great. Huh, nice strings there. Yeah. I think it's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. The thing that both of them have is the 16-bit sound, actually. So that's actually the thing that's retaining their identity. That's nice. And then also the strings there really produce that sense of stress, right? Nice piece. Nice little piece. That's what happens when you become hyper obsessed with something. Xyloblaze, the Smash Bros. Version of the main theme of Fire Emblem Three Houses. You have my attention. Quality could be better, but that's okay. Good morning. And there's a Fire Emblem theme. Oh, and then Edelgard's version here. Key change. Well, I got goosebumps there. Oh, I have some. Hey, hold on, H1. I have some stuff. Don't like this corner too much. Here's the thing. Actually, so you know, Hydro had requested all of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and overall, I wasn't actually super crazy about Three Houses soundtrack. Like I thought that it was nice, but like the stuff in between, like some of the heavy hitter tracks, I felt was. It's actually taken me like a month or more than a month to process my thoughts on Fire Emblem's Three Houses soundtrack. I still think it's not the strongest. I still think that Fire Emblem Awakening still has probably the best Fire Emblem soundtrack, in my opinion. Now, just I think 2 weeks ago, we listened to the Inferno mix from Fire Emblem Heroes. And I gotta say, this particular, it's been interesting to listen to. I think I'm at the point where I like Fire Emblem Three Houses main theme so much that I'm at the point where I don't want to listen to the original anymore, and I'm really keen on listening to these remixes because they're so great. The Inferno mix is definitely better than this, in my opinion. This one feels a little bit more frenetic. It's trying to encapsulate a lot of like what makes Fire Emblem Three Houses. You know, there's a lot of motivic references. Obviously, the really nice Fire Emblem main theme that pops in there. It's definitely a really well-composed remix that's really fun, but it is a little bit spastic. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that word because it can mean different things in different places. Poop. It feels very frenetic. There we go. God forbid I be canceled for something I didn't understand. So I think I don't know if Tom's in the chat. So I think overall I like this piece, and we'll finish it out obviously. But it feels a little plus it's like low quality. But if it canceled, I know it feels a bit. It feels a little bit shallow. By comparison to the Inferno mix that we listened to a couple weeks ago, which I adored. I adored the Inferno mix of Fire Emblem Three Houses, that the main theme, that I actually listened to it in the car. That's how I know that I really liked it, because that's usually where and in fact, I was actually kind of disappointed because I thought that the whole album for Fire Emblem Heroes was going to be that way. Three Hopes, whatever, yeah. That's what I mean. It turns out that Fire Emblem Heroes, most of its music doesn't sound like that. Controversial opinion, but Awakening has id purpose. Awakening has don't speak her name. Awakening has, I mean, like, I really. Oh, Frieza's such a good piece, by the way. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, let's keep listening. I like my controversial opinions. You know that, Vanyar. Robin's theme, yeah, I mean... Hi, Shayu, how are ya? Really? I do like this part. I really like the Three Houses main theme. And any remix of it automatically I enjoy, you know, so... I like the string emphasis here as well. I love the percussion in this. And the little pan flute in here too is lovely. But like, I think again, I wish this was a higher quality version, to be honest. But the one thing of note is how terrific the da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee. There's no denying how wonderful that little motivic, like, it's so it's like got so much spice to it, you know. Like I could do without all of this. This is. It's a little busy, but then the transition into it is so awesome. I actually love the flute there. Get some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in there. Yeah, of course the context is different, because it is the PvP version for sure. Oh my god, key. Not too many, Noxie. How are you? Happy Friday. I do like that they include Edelgard's little section here, but just for the sake of comparison, because we just listened to this. Well, that's Apex of the World. It would help if it was the correct. Well, it was Fodlin Winds we listened to. Actually, hold on. God, I love those little heart icons on Twitch. And then, you know, in this Inferno mix, there's this really lovely syncopation that's also happening in the background that I think really enhances it. I mean, what a great little tune. So I don't want to disparage the Super Smash Bros. Version, but yeah, all told, like it's really cool that you get both slices of pie, and both can fill your rock heart, if you will. I want to make sure it didn't sound like I said rock hard, rock heart. Anyway, as far as the brain dead takes in regards to Battlefield 6, the only one that I saw that really made me just eye roll into the back of my skull was when someone said, it's really not great to have it be, I'm averaging 130 to like 160 FPS. And I was like, shut up. Just shut up. just shut up. Like, just shut up. Like, come on. You're crazy. Really? 120? You can't handle 130 FPS. Oh no. It's such a PC gamer bullshit thing to say. It just absolutely just like my eyes literally, I was like all the way into the back of my skull. Just shut up. Just shut up. Anyway, that was the one thing I saw about it. Oh, and then people being like, the netcode is terrible. It's like it's a beta. I'm so tired of seeing AAA devs get away with this. Bro, it's a stress test. That is literally the point of it. Man, I miss Jedi Academy. JK2. Oh, there's a lot of people that are still saying women in my Battlefield. Well, okay, so here's my thought on that. First of all, it's modern. So like it's modern. So why wouldn't there be women in your Battlefield? Number one. Number two, the BF5 situation I thought was interesting because, historically speaking, I don't recall how many, as far as I know, there were obviously in Russia, there were the I forgot their names. So like in BF5, I can sort of like well, okay, I'm not, how do I thread this line without appearing? Um, I don't think that there were very many female soldiers in World War II, as far as I remember. In fact, I'm going to double check. See, but I'm wrong because there were approximately 350,000 American women joined the military during World War II. And obviously the resistance had tons of women in it. But so, I actually did not know this. So even these people are fucking stupid. I mean, like, more than 350,000 American women joined the United States Air Armed Forces during World War II. Women had been serving as Army and Navy nurses for decades, but World War II led to new opportunities for women to enlist in the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. So disregard what I just said. So it was totally accurate. So, yes, the Soviet unit, I knew about that. Hey, Somnium. But, in any case, then that argument is just awful. There were people spamming, I hear too many women during Charlie's BF6 stream. I mean, 1,000,000% Baka, of course. So I'm all good with women in my battlefield. But anyway, I find that argument to be incredibly dumb. And just add it to like who, like, if you really are desperate for, like, whatever, like, go play Arma, go play Hell Let Loose if you want your, like, hyper realistic game experiences. But in any case, the women weren't invented until the 1970s. Hello. COD players, yes, of course, in the classic not reviving when playing medic is a classic Call of Duty. The thing is, well, I prefer it like that as well, Siren. The thing is, we haven't had a good Call of Duty or a good Battlefield, because when did, I'm really passionate about Battlefield, but, like, when did Battlefield 2045 came out in 2021. So it's been 4 years. And we've had a new COD every year, right? So the fact of the matter is, I think a lot of people, myself included, are craving a new Battlefield experience that we can like lock into and really dig into. Battlefield has always been a big, important franchise for me. I didn't always have, like, the means to play it, but, like, I'll never forget in 2002 when 1942 came out. And we didn't have really good internet, so I would play it. I would play it solo, and then sometimes I'd get into a match, but I had a lot of really bad rubber banding and stuff. Hymn of War, I haven't heard that from Medieval Total War. I actually haven't heard any tracks from Medieval Total War, just Rome Total War. I know Medieval Total War is one of the best Total Wars out there. I also, I remember 1943, obviously. That was the one that came for the PlayStation 3, and I was really locked into that. I did last week, just a dude. I will be... I did, Chumbi. It performed very poorly, but you can actually find it on the channel, which is probably why you didn't see it. It didn't get pushed out at all. The beta goes out. Yes, tomorrow the beta. I'll be streaming it at 10 a.m. Did I react to it? I don't know. I never played Bad Company or Bad Company 2, but I did play a bit of 3. And I most certainly played Battlefield 1 is probably one of my top 10 games. I enjoyed Battlefield 5, but ultimately I felt like pretty let down by it. I felt like it was a really missed opportunity. Also, I never got my like pre-order deluxe stuff, which was really odd. I spent like $70 on it and didn't get any of the like stuff that I asked for. I remember there was some like sort of controversy there. But I liked Battlefield 5 for what it was. I liked sniping, and I always play sniper first, and then I switch over to infantry. Battlefield 1 is definitely my favorite of the lot. 2042 is just a massive disappointment, I think, for a lot of people. Not great. So, Battlefield 6, like, hey, listen, is it my preferred, like, historical landscape, the modern thing? No. Which is why I probably didn't play Battlefield 3 and 4 very much, but I know that those are fundamentally really, really good games. And I played Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 like way later in its life cycle. So, yeah, 2042 was rough. So, I guess I have I guess I have listened to 2 medieval tracks. It's hard to keep track of everything. All right, let's check out, speaking of something not related to this, Command and Conquer 4, Tiberian Twilight. Any Battlefield story that I remember fondly? There were a couple. I really liked there was the trench one. I really liked the one where we were on the skis and we have to infiltrate. That was really good. I really liked the opening of Battlefield 1 when you play the different characters that die and you start as the Harlem Hellfighters. That one was a really, really, I thought was really well done. The opening sequence of BF1, like, it really felt really real, but I also listen. I mean, I grew up playing Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat, so I'm always really partial to World War fighters. What did I say wasn't related? I don't remember. I don't remember what I said. All right, let's pop over. Oh, they're both made by EA. Oh, I just mean because this is an RTS. No, CS isn't, but it's a first-person shooter. I don't know. Don't mind me. I'm tired. Day of Defeat. I know. It's so good. Command and Conquer 4, Tiberian Twilight to Save Humanity. Such a shame when the music and an album full of gems gets overlooked because of the controversial gameplay. I think the music of CNC4 is a masterpiece composition. Here's another piece. We listened to a great one, I think last month, didn't we? And a contender for one of the best main menu themes. What's up? What's up? What's up? If Battlefield 6 succeeds, maybe I can get that Battlefront 3. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Did we look? I feel like... Wait. No, we listened to something else from... What's up? What's up, Weird Tattoo? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. The slow roll here. So, wait, I wanted to just talk about one thing that really stuck out to me here is the fact that we have this repeated, so actually two things. We have this repeated motion. That's repeated through each individual like instrument. So we're passing the ball around, we're passing the motif through multiple different instruments, which I think is really exciting because it kind of sets up the earworm aspect of it, which is the best way to describe it, but it sets up the repetitive pattern that allows it to get implanted into our brains and get us attached to the main theme. Then here we have this gorgeous swell, but there's still like this militaristic thing, this quality of hope through military action that I think is really profound. We get that in the sort of snare and the that sound. And then here, I really like the swell. Check this out. A little bit of a stretch. Wow, that's big. You see what I mean, though? So here we go. We have that whole build up, and then this part. Now we have the unison movement with the strings and everything. And note that all we've ever done is just really repeated that theme. You could even say that it's a little bit boring, right? You could even say that it's a little redundant, and yet the flow into the string doubling, where every instrument is kind of repeating itself, is really, I think, extremely powerful, and I think it really effective at creating the sense of like, oh my gosh, yes, you know what I mean? I think that's great. Also, for the record, guys, like, a lot of you are familiar faces that have been here before. So a lot of times when I'm speaking about if a musical term comes up like doubling, I'm not really defaulting to repeating every single time what that is. Well, you're in luck, Carlos. There's a Shin Megami Tensei piece after, in a couple actually. A lot of you have been here before, and I think a lot of you are intelligent enough, dare I say it, to understand and know what doubling means. And if you don't know, well, I would appreciate it if you would just, hey, can you remind me what this, and this is? Because otherwise I'm just going to roll as if you've been here for a couple years, even if it's your first time in a stream. So like, if you really need something repeated, definitely, just let me know and I'll repeat it. But otherwise I'm just kind of talking. I had seen something not too long ago for a reason for why someone stopped watching my channel was because I would explain what something felt and what something sounded like, but then I wouldn't point out where specifically it happened, and that for whatever reason it turned them off. And I think I just expected that person to maybe be intelligent and really think about the words I was saying and what it meant to them, rather than specifically guiding them to where I was talking about it. Can I remind you what doubling is? Of course, Ethan. Shame on you for not knowing. Doubling is when essentially we have more than one instrument doing the exact same movement. So you'll hear it right here. Let me point it out to you and see if you can hear it. That's actually a terrible example of doubling. All that really is right there is just a shit ton of trumpets and brass. Let's assume that there's a trombone in there, so I don't look stupid. So I don't actually think the violins are supporting it underneath, but doubling essentially would be the horns in that case, and the trombones and the trumpets doing the exact same melodic movement. You understand what I mean by melodic movement, Ethan, or anybody? It's when we move in unison, we move together, usually in large groups. Whereas earlier we had essentially like passing the ball and just passing the motif around. You know what I mean? Do I make sense? Doubling is if an instrument and vocals are in unison. It's usually when any instrument combination is in unison. That's what doubling would be. And the point of doubling is to create a sense of size, and also sort of a reiteration or a re-emphasis. A doubling usually it kind of builds and goes. Okay, it makes sense. Ethan, are you still with me? Ethan unsubbed. Oh no, he's still here. Would it be considered doubling if a singer's voice is lined up with the same tone? Absolutely. Now, Doubling can also be harmonic movement as well. So let's say I'm here and you're here. Well, that's the same. Well, it doesn't matter. If we move together, even if you're singing different notes than me, nope, that's not doubling. Never mind, disregard, because that would be a harmonic movement. Even though we're moving at the same time, that's harmony. Doubling is when everything is doing the exact same notes. But yes, that would be the same. Yes. Is there tripling? I mean, theoretically. Let's not get pedantic here, Hmon. Let's not get. Hey, Jade. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's keep listening. Thanks for asking. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. It's a really nice build up to the end. Nice sustain here. Crescendo, 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 bam! Classic point there. Classic period at the end of that phrase right here. Check this out. Re-emphasis, bop, and we hit. Classic. So that sucks that the game sucks. But the main theme is beautiful, and with a track like "To Save Humanity," it's very lovely. Momo, I'm going to skip you for 1 second, and I'm going to come back. I just want to listen to Shin Megami Tensei because that Aquila the Sky Titan is like 11 minutes. So I need mental. I need to clear my brain because that'll be a separate video. Oh, don't all. It's gonna be a full breakdown for a separate video. You're gonna be special. This is actually special for you. This is special for everybody. You're being singled out. All right, Otaku. Shin Megami Tensei 2. You've made Carlos' day. So Carlos, thank you. Please give Otaku your kind thanks. And please give me 5 gifted subs. Neutral theme, sound relation version. I'm just kidding about the subs, but do thank Otaku. But don't actually, it doesn't matter. In a world where war wages between order and chaos. Where are my subs? Bro's begging. I'm not begging. Although I do find it interesting when you see those clips of people being like, please understand that's a joke. If you don't understand that's a joke, then we need to have a serious intervention about understanding my brand of humor, which is always playful, always sarcastic, never serious. Unless you'll know when I'm serious. I'm almost never serious. In my Street Fighter streams, if anybody's been in here for those, when people start giving feedback while I'm playing, it tilts me just the tiniest bit, and so I have to have a sit-down powwow with the chat. And those chats have actually gotten kind of big. I mean, I think the other day there were like almost 200 people in there watching me just workshop Street Fighter. I find that fascinating because to me that is the most boring fucking thing ever. But I need to do it because I want to be better. Oh, you almost sent 50 subs? Ethan, no one's stopping you, man. That's what Luffy would do. Luffy would send 50 subs. That's right. But anyway, my point was that I have a moment with the chat where I'm like, listen, guys, I don't want that right now. And I think I try to be pretty obvious. I do these awesome things. I think it might actually be time for a new one. These Patreon surveys where I'm essentially asking for like a progress report. And And someone, I don't know, someone maybe even in this chat, I really took what they said to heart, and they said, well, two things. One person said, maybe slowly introduce people to, who the fuck said they like Crash Bandicoot? First thing is, maybe ease people into your brand of sarcasm. Because I admit that I'm very dry and I don't always smile. And I don't always wink with my eyes. You are? Well, you're lucky I don't know how to pronounce. Hold on. I gotta do this right so I can admonish you. When's the subathon? I've actually been thinking about doing one. But I feel guilty doing a subathon. It feels really like shitty. Like a subathon feels very like greedy. And I know that obviously like every VTuber does one, right? It's like no big deal. Why does this mean wall?
Tang.
Tang. Tang. Well, now I need to know what the entire name means. Deserted city?
Thành hoang. Thành hoang.
Tang Huang. I can't believe you like Crash Bandicoot. A classic. Tang Huang. No, I was joking. No, dude, Ethan, no. Well, you can't take it back, so thank you. But also, that was very thoughtful. If it's what Luffy would do, then I can't argue. Also, to plug the song Vo. I know I need to. Thank you very much. Vo is definitely. I was fucking around. Yeah, I know. A subathon depends. That's not 50 subs. It's $50. When a subathon depends on the goals being good. Yeah, it's true. It's true. What's up, Keto? I know. I was thinking about. I need to figure out what subathon. I'll probably ask what some things people would like to see for subathon, and then I would do it, because a subathon really is it's back and forth. You know what I mean? It's giving and receiving and everything in between. You know what I mean? So I think like it's like, okay, at 50 subs we blah 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 blah. You know, because it can't just be like, hey, I'm gonna play video games. Okay, just like keep me playing video games. You know, anyway, I got derailed. Oh, and for those of you, I don't think Sumi's here. For those of you that have been suggesting or implying or feel very confident that I have ADHD, I'll tell you right now that my therapist and I are going to sit down and we're going to do the test. Okay? We're going to do the test, and he doesn't think I have it. He just thinks I think. But a lot of you are convinced. I will talk to Mouse about it. We actually made contact the other day, so I'll definitely hopefully chat with her a little bit more. No, I've actually listened to a couple of Crash Twinsanity's music, a couple of those tracks. That's great. It's crazy. I got tested. Gabe, what the fuck? Make sure as you attempt to read a visual novel, but then I'm just going to fall asleep, so he might end up thinking I'm narcoleptic. Oh, you officially got diagnosed by your psychologist? Congrats. It takes someone with ADHD to know someone with it. You, sir, don't seem to have it. I don't know. Some people in this chat seem to believe that I do. So, I lost the H. Damn. Congrats. ADD. Listen, why can't I just have my own why can't I just have my own neurodivergency? Do I like playing FPS games, or are you mainly into story-based games? I play everything. I play everything. You know, Fallen Star, you literally just pop in and this is the first thing you decide to say? Some bullshit. You don't even say hello. You don't even give subbies. You just automatically go into... into ADHD land. I'm just kidding. Again, I'm joking. Again, joke. Narcolepsy. ADHD. Subbies, that's what all the VTubers call it. Thank you for the subbies. Hey, anyway, Shin Megami Tensei 2. Neutral theme. Sound. I got so distracted talking about Shin Megami Tensei and how happy Carlo would be that I didn't even. In a world where war wages between the order and chaos, there are those who want balance between it, believing it. From one Crash Bandicoot. To be fair, I did pop into Crash 3 yesterday on my Ally. I actually really liked it. What VTuber avatar would you have if you had a choice? So I've been working with somebody on one for a meatball, but it turns out that veers very close to blackface. Thank you, Fallen Star. You don't have to gift a membership, but thank you. And happy gifted sub to Jake. I'm just fucking around, you guys. The meatball veers very close to blackface. So we're trying to reinvent the wheel. How so? Well, because a meatball's brown and I'm white, and I think that might be a bit of a predicament. So my whole identity is all fucked now, so I have to change. It's a meatball? You say that, but people have been canceled for less. Meatball in the sauce is red. Yeah, I know. The thing, yeah, I think there we've been trying to play with like adding spaghetti. That's pastaphobia. So we're figuring it out. I may also just go for like make a plate of talking spaghetti. The problem is all the strings make it look like some sort of Cthulhu nightmare, like H.P. Lovecraft. I guess it could be a Swedish meatball. Just have your VTuber be the PS Pro. I actually know someone who knows that guy. We had hey Minty, we have like 1 degree of separation. Remember those ads? The Monster Hunter ad with I actually know that guy. Well, like I know people that know that guy, so therefore I know that guy. Pull him sweat. Anyway, let's stay on target. This theme, arranged beautifully by the City of London Symphonia, emphasizes the idea of peace and hope in that balance. Oh, cool. Let's listen. Who does my thumbnails? Oh, that's my thumbnail designer, Raul. He's amazing. Very different from what I expect Shin Megami Tensei 2 to sound like. Thing is, I'm not actually sure that my audience wants me to be a meatball or like a VTuber, because I think there's something about seeing me, Brother Roos. No, I'll be playing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I expect you in chat. Thank you for the 28-month streak, brother. I know people who know that guy, therefore I know that guy. It's 1 degree of separation. Right, exactly. Flesh tubers. That's fair. I skipped Momo on purpose, yes. We'll be right back to it. 10 a.m. for me is 3 p.m. for you. Oh, Neko, thank you. I've been so, hold on one sec, guys. Hey, Neko, I've been so enjoying your streams of Warframe. I think I gifted you a sub, or I gifted a sub. I've been loving your journey in Neko. It's so great. I've been loving.
Shut up,
Marco. Yeah. I appreciate you guys popping into raid. Yes, I have. It's the guy who does music analyzing. I've seen quite a few of your videos. Well, thank you. That was me. That was me talking. Good night. Anyway, so welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, my name is Marco. I do stream and talk about Warframe's music. The gremlins are here to give some love. I appreciate it. It's very delayed. Okay.
Markham55 Marco Bomb, have you played the BF6 beta yet? It is really fun.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's so sweet, Nico. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Briar Backshots. Now that's a name. Anyway, we were just listening to some video game music. Every Friday we do that. Yeah, we're just hanging out. That's okay, Nico. Don't worry about it. Oh, cool. I'm so glad. You do streams and music. I do, yeah. No, you're not slow. It's fine. You're just in Australia. It's a different world. Anyway, so on Fridays we listen to video game music, and today we're just listening to, and you just saw my video last week. Yeah. Actually, I have a really exciting video about Warframe, by the way. Reb couldn't hop on a video with me because she's very busy, but she did list out every single one of her favorite like Warframe tracks. And so I'm going to be doing a video where I just read and talk about the music that she loves. I'm really excited about that. So speaking of Warframe, since I assume that's what Neko was just playing. Neko, if you ever want to stream, I'm always down. If that's your Discord, I'll shoot you a message. We can be friends, and we can stream Warframe. I know you're just getting started, so happy to help you with Warframe. I just introduced my friend Amanda to Warframe, so or whatever if you want to play Peak or something else. But anyway, so you guys, welcome in, Raiders. Feel free to stay, hang around. Yeah, I love Peak. It's cute. I just played with another one of your country folks, Mylan. Do you know Mylan? He's also a Warframe player. Mylan, he's also Australian. He has one of those funny accents. We love that. We love those Australian accents. Actually, you know what's funny? My fiance, before she met me, was going to go to Australia to meet an Australian man to get married. And then she met me, and I ruined her life. I ruined her life plan. She was like, damn, I guess I gotta marry this Italian man. So, but sometimes I like to pretend to be this accent. I try to make her feel like, oh, thank you, Unwind. Thank you for the Prime sub. I'm a potential future homewrecker, yes. I wrecked her future with my life. I swooped in. I ruined instant Riz. That's right. That's right. So anyway, I love Australians. In fact, you know what's funny? What is my opinion on Sicily? My grandfather one time took out his pocket knife towards my friend who is also a Sicilian, and he goes, because we're from Naples, or they were from Naples, and he goes, the knife. And I was like, uh-oh. So I don't have a problem with Sicilians. Italians are rich as fuck. Well, I wouldn't say that. I will say the nicest people in the world are from New Zealand. Your family's from Sicily, Milan? I'm so sorry. I know not everybody in Australia sounds like that. I'm just teasing. You have the most it's Sicilians, and we'll get back to music, guys. How long have I been doing music for? 14 years. And when did I get the idea to do content? I started 3.5 years ago. I was sad. because my dad had died. It's a terrible icebreaker, but my dad had died, and I was like, what the hell do I do with my life? And I had quit opera professionally, and so then I just decided, I need to express this grief, and I did, and I started the channel, and I got lucky, and it picked up, and it did its thing. So I've been very lucky. So yeah, that's what started. It's a terrible icebreaker, but that's what started it. And then I've changed my mission statement many times over the years. What's Peak? Peak is a game where you play with other people and you climb mountains, and I mean, that's kind of it. Yeah. Music is a great outlet. It's true. Unfortunately, you're talentless. No, you're Australian. You get a pass. Say later, TB. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being a little harsh. You haven't seen a lot of my content, but I love what I've seen. Well, you've got 1,500 videos to choose from. Marco, may I ask if the Velvet Room theme from Persona series Art of the Soul would be suitable as a vocalizo? Yes, it would. It would. That'd be a great piece to vocalize, yes. How big are the spiders where you live, Neko? Not seeing Marco. Do I also have a Twitch account? Yes, I'm sorry. So you'll see right now that I'm actually chatting. I'm chatting with both YouTube and Twitch, but Neko rated, so I'm trying to chat with the chat. Have I done Doom? I have, yeah. But Loki, the little jumping spiders in my house are small. Oof. Fingernail sized. How small the spiders are, the big ones are generally fine. Here's the thing. They're cute. Spiders terrify me. My buddy Austin said that the spiders that sometimes are on his car in Sydney are not small. And he actually hates spiders. Although that's true, the fire ants, eesh. It's fine, Snowy. A lot of people, probably Huntsman, that is exactly what, yes. A lot of people don't trust EA or DICE, which is I think that's fair. But I think a lot of people are also just very eager to find a game that, feels like that classic BF experience, and maybe they'll get it with BF6 and maybe they won't, and that'll be that, you know what I mean? Hey, thanks, Void. Appreciate it, Derry. Huntsman spiders are kind of terrifying but harmless. That's what my fiance said when she first met me. Just kidding. When I first met my fiance, I was like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. I had like 80,000 subs at that point. And I was like, I'm like an F-list celebrity. As a joke. Because I was like, no one knows. Oh, I did get recognized. Oh my God, I got recognized at Best Buy. Oh my God. It was nice. I always get a little scared. I don't want people to know where I am. But I was buying a new phone that I'm actually going to return, and I'm like leaving, and he goes, "Sir," and I go, "Huh? Oh God, I did something wrong." So where my brain went, "Sir," I go, "Oh, yes. Are you this guy?" And he like holds up his phone, and it's like my Weeb channel, and I go, "Yeah, that's me." He goes, "Oh my God, I went down a rabbit hole, watching your Elden Ring and Sonic videos. I'm a huge fan of Sonic stuff." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's awesome." And I go, "What's your name?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Oh, cool. My name's blah, blah, blah." "Well, you already know that." Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And he was like, "You're not nearly as rotund as I expected you to be." No, he didn't say that. He's like, "You don't look like a meatball at all." One time I got recognized at the dentist. Thankfully, it wasn't a person working on my teeth. I would be mortified. If my dentist was like, "Oh, I've seen your YouTube videos." My fucking cross bite and shit. Like, just, I didn't get braces as a kid. I'm sorry. My Italian parents were like, "Fuck your braces." She was like, "Oh, I love your Undertale playthrough." I was like, "Oh my God, thank you. Wow. Of all the places." Probably the worst would be I'm actually always really nervous to go to like a video game music concert. Like imagine, all right, I don't really talk about this kind of stuff, but like whatever. Like imagine like imagine you're a celebrity. Let's not even say me, although this is a fear of mine. And you just have to take the biggest shit. And you have to do it in the public restroom. You come out and like someone's like, damn, who the fuck? You open the door and they're like, oh my God, it's XYZ. It's Marco Meatball at the music concert. He had to shit. Like, just pale. Right? Imagine I ate some milk and my body's just completely rejected me, you know? And I opened the door and it's like, oh my God, Marco Meatball. And I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. Just, you know, what's the fart? What's that loud fart? The fart sound, you know? You walk in. You know? You walk in, you're like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm so sorry. You know? Like terrifying, you know? That really scares me actually. That's why I get nervous. That's why I get nervous I get really nervous for music concerts, even though I'm excited to go. I know. That's why as a VTuber you're lucky. No one will know when you shit yourself in public. That legit scares me, you know? Oh, it's so good to meet you. Sorry, I ate too much cheese. Anyway. Anyway. Neither here nor there. That was... I'm trying to let my personality come through more, you know? Hey, you're the guy that didn't... you're the guy that didn't like Halo Combat Evolved. I told Marty about you. Oh, boy. Thank you, Siren. Anyway, nice job. Bloomberg, good job. Thank you, Siren. Bloomberg's lucky. In any case, we're gonna stay on target here. Although I've given myself 4 hours for this stream, so we're good. We might as well just we could talk about poop if you want. How will this affect my stats? Oh boy. I've said that 7 times. Can you stop being mean to me? I'm just having a good time. It's a Friday. You came in talking shit. You gifted a sub. Oh, I'm drinking Ollie poop. Bro, I went back to it. I'm just kidding, Fallen Star. You can tell by my smile. I know you're not being mean. See? Damn it! I'm not even being serious. Why are we talking about poop? Because Neko came in. Neko has spread the poop topic. It is disgusting, I agree. Seriously, so this is Peaches and Cream. These fuckers will never sponsor me. I'm really mad about it. I've emailed them. I'm like, you know how many of these things I've drunk on stream now? I can't quit these things. Hey Dan, what's up, buddy? I can't quit these damn drinks. So much fiber in here, guys. There's legit 9 grams of fiber. So I have 2 of these a day. If I take like a couple weeks off and drink one, don't have yogurt after having Olipop, by the way. That will fuck you up. I love it because it's like healthy cola. There's only like 5 grams of calories. There's 3 grams of sugar in this guy. This is the vintage cola. It's a little flat, obviously. It's a little flat soda. These guys will not sponsor me, but they'll sponsor like freaking famous people. And it's like, come on, bro. I'm a micro influencer. All you need is 5 people to drink this. No, it is healthy. Listen, King. Let me read you this. Carbonated water, cassava root fiber, chicory root inulin, Jerusalem artichoke, Nopal cactus, marshmallow root, calendula flower. Come on, you can't pronounce this shit. You know it's good. Cassava root syrup, apple cider, apple juice concentrate, lime concentrate, stevia, alpinia, galanga root, Himalayan pink sea salt, green tea caffeine extracted. Come on. You've been called a niche micro e-celeb once? Oh. How much is that per can? It's 5 grams of sugar per can. And 40 calories. And 3 grams of sugar. I mean, it's better than you get fat bomb with those colas. Nopal is cactus in Spanish. Caffeine extract. It's ruined? Wait, why? Because you can't have caffeine? I'm really sensitive to caffeine, and I don't have any problem with this. You have 7 cans of Pepsi Max on your desk? Dear Jesus. What's my favorite flavor? I'd say my favorite flavor is the vintage cola. Oh, there's an incoming ad break on... Oh! Well, we lost Twitch. I hope every time you meet a fan, it's specifically at that one bet. What do I think of people who drink coffee raw? Wait, like black with... I mean, I actually drink black decaf. Neko just subbed. Neko... Oh! Oh, Neko, you follow me on Twitter. I'm sorry I didn't follow you back. I followed you now. Wow, this whole time. And you didn't even recognize me when I popped into your Twitch stream. That's really... What do you mean, you animal? When I drink wait, I was gonna DM you. I can't DM you. Oh, I can, never mind. I can't drink caffeine. It makes my heart pump too hard. And it hurts my stomach. This is why I need a kick channel. Listen, I debate it like every day. But the problem is that the last time I went to kick, I even signed up. I made a channel. The problem is last time I went to kick, here's what I saw. I didn't even have a problem with all the gambling stuff, right? A guy with no shirt playing RuneScape. And another guy doing a shower stream. Like, here up. And I was like, I can't. I don't think I can be a part of that. I don't even care. I don't care about the other stuff. I don't care about the other stuff. But like, this guy was legit playing RuneScape with his shirt off. And I was like, I don't know. Is it any worse than Twitch bathtub streams? No. I guess not. I guess I'm choosing. You've seen so much race. Okay, first of all, don't come for the Gooners. I didn't mean it like that. I just mean like anyway, speaking of gooning, did you watch my most recent, you being the people in chat, have you watched my most recent video with Robert, where I introduced him to what the word gooning meant? Can I share this with the class really quick? And then I swear we'll get back. Neko totally threw me off. Yeah. All right, ready? Here. Hold on. This is an opera conductor that literally was my boss at one point.
No? What's the figure?
My friend Robert. He's my friend now. No longer my boss. It's titled the Gooner Game of the Year. Do you know what... Well, okay, I don't want to... Do you know what gooning is?
No? What's the Gooner Game of the Year?
We won't get into it, but needless to say, in your spare time, just look up on Urban Dictionary. Just look up what gooning is.
Okay, hang on.
Gooner is.
Not healthy.
This is a learned, like, very, very, very educated professional musician. Okay.
who commits the act of gooning.
Um,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Uh,
An individual who practices gooning, which is yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well,
Okay.
so it's a game out of South Korea that is really really. It's made by a company called Shift Up, and Shift Up has a gacha game called Nikkei Goddess of Victory, where if you look it up, Nikkei Goddess of Victory essentially is a scantily clad women with an incredible. You come for the women and you stay for the story.
and you stay for the story and the gameplay.
And the gameplay.
Terrible,
Nice.
terrible.
You come for the gameplay and stay for the gameplay
It's
and the story. And so Stellar Blade was their first venture into... Oh, no. Man, I'm never going to get that Nintendo partnership. They're never gonna go for it. My room is flipped. I know it's all a lie. It's such a brand risk. Neko, I sent you a DM. Let's get back to it. Oh boy. Let's get back into it. So anyway, anybody from I'm just spreading culture. You're right. I'm spreading the seed of culture. The internet is full of degenerates. Back to the shots of music. Wait, what? Someone that comes into my Street Fighter streams that I saw from a while in stream is like something backshots, and that username just fucking cracks me up. That's like when someone was named Eula's left tit, and I remember reading that. I actually I made it short because I found it was so funny. Briar backshots. That's exactly who it is. Oh, you guys know Briar too. Okay, so Briar gets around. All right, Briar follows all the Australians, huh? That is too funny. Briar is one of your mods? Oh my god, that's so I told you, I'm friends with all the Australians suddenly. You guys all know each other, so obviously. It's a very small place. That's so funny. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh god. Briar Backshot. Will you tell him I love his name? But like, listen here. I'll not to keep plugging my own channel, but just for the sake of context. Oh yeah, Eula's. I was just Eula's left tit. Oh my god. Fucking degenerate. I said Eula's. I was like, there's no way this person's name is Eula's. I was just Eula's left tit. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd like to play through Black Mesa. I saw that, Corvo. I'm glad you played it. Oh boy. This is why I like Fridays. Fridays are very stupid. They're so much fun. I know, where is the right tit? Hey Sartisha, what's up? Listen, this is actually who I am. This is my sense of humor. I have an incredibly perverted sense of humor, but I don't bring it up often on YouTube because A, you want to be brand friendly, and B, because I don't want to associate with gooners. I don't want to associate with your kind. Meanwhile, who was in line day one to buy the Chun-Li and and Kimberly skins in Street Fighter 6? This guy. And I had an epiphany. I realized that I just don't like anime girl fan bait. Or what's it called? Oh god. But when it came to talking about like anime women, fan service, anime women, Chun-Li, I'm right there. Fan service, fan bait. I don't know what the hell fan bait is. Anyway, so for those of you that are new, welcoming in for the first time, hi. On Fridays, I have a Patreon. I'm not promoting it. I'm just telling you what it is. We listen to video game music every Friday, suggested by my patrons. We break down some things I hear. We talk about music. We listen to whether we like something and why we don't like something, so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing right now. This is not a gameplay stream. We're just hanging out. So yeah. I almost had a 2B wallpaper, but then I was like, I don't know that I should, like, if my like mother-in-law walks in and I'm like, oh, this is just I don't know why she would come in here, but she could. In any case, everybody's welcome to hang out. Thank you for the raid, Neko. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate the raid. Oh my god, did Neko actually leave because I said I wasn't? Isn't it very late there? 12. That means it's like 3 a.m. Why are you here still? It's 3 a.m., isn't it? You must be under the age of 30. Ain't no way that anyone over the age of 30 is finishing their stream at 3 a.m. A 6-hour stream? Dear Jesus. She's 48? Are you really? Some of us are nocturnal. I think that's called illness. I am not 48. Oh. Hey, Bazav! Congrats on your new job. Congrats on your job. Congrats on your job. You're welcome. Who listens to music YouTubers at 3 in the morning? Neko, oh boy, it's 3 a.m. First place I went. Oh man. I've done 6-hour streams. Hopefully you stretch. You want a Marco alarm clock? What would I say? Wake up, bitch. Go to your work. And while you're working, just know I'm playing a video game. I saw an article yesterday that was like, it was actually a pretty decent article about, it was a conversation around how streaming is hard. Your streams are like 8 hours, but you're a full, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Lottie, for the 3 gifties. Oh, I hate that I call them gifties now. What the fuck? Where did I learn that? Thank you so much. That's very thoughtful. But you're a full-time streamer. We'll talk. Anyway, so this guy, I watched Summit 1 was asked if he thinks streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, and basically he essentially says that in his previous life, whatever, his job that pissed him off, the job that sucked, and you're grabbing for hours, you want hours, you're trying to work because you gotta make money, right? Like, this is the world we live in. I realized I actually had this conversation with my therapist when I first started working with him, because I really was devaluing the parts of my life that I feel that I bring to this streaming life, and how difficult sort of growth is, and all these other things. And I said to him, well, it's not as hard as being a construction worker. And he's like, yeah, but is it a physical job? That's not even a fair comparison. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, why would you like completely deny the challenges that your job has? Now, I would not suggest that my job is as hard as a 9 to 5, like a construction worker or a therapist, or there are, it's just another job. It's another job. It has its things. Is it difficult? Sometimes, but I wouldn't say it's challenging per se. I think the hard parts are coming up with video ideas, trying to stand out. How do you find ways to express, or like what happens when a month is slow? How do you navigate pivots and trying to, yeah, the freedom is beautiful. I mean, it's no different than being an opera singer, to be honest with you. I mean, the grind is kind of the same. And frankly, some people would say that opera singing is not hard. Opera singing was incredibly difficult. But like, I've never worked a job where I actively felt like I was dying from stress and anxiety. But those jobs exist as well. I mean, like, my God, like, it's so, I find that the discussion around work is so interesting, and like balancing conversations and stuff, for sure. And some people would never want to do this job because it's much better. My best friend, Matt, he's like, I would never want, he's a teacher. He's like, I would never want to do your job because I don't want to be perceived, which is why people, are smart and try the VTuber route, because then they have autonomy. I work at an office job 9 to 5 during the week and paint houses on the weekends with my dad. Oh, that's cool though. And you get to spend time with your dad, and hopefully it's fun, Construction, while physically demanding, was otherwise easy. Someone else came up with the plans. We just had to do it. Oh, that's interesting. Mr. Meatball, since books don't have music, do you hate them and consider them lesser? No. No, I like to read, but I usually fall asleep. I used to think that I would like to work automatically like a robot. Yeah, it's tough. Oh, you're still a remote? That's awesome. I love when you pop into streams. For sure. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I've never been able to work just to work. Like, I've always had to feel like it was something that was like going somewhere, or it was a passion, or it was some sort of like career, and whatever that means. And I think that was why I resisted, with opera. I like didn't retire until I was 30, even though I wanted to quit when I was 22, because I was like, no, this is a dream. This is my passion. I believe in this, blah, 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 blah. I find that a lot of times people make mistakes because they don't necessarily have the life experience to recognize in this particular corner of the world. Like, they either get overconfident, and because I was talking with my therapist too, I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm still not insecure, but I don't necessarily feel confident all the time with what I say, because I'm always wondering if what I'm saying is even useful or is intelligent. And he was like, well, I think it's good to recognize that, like, you're always growing and you're always changing, and you're always, it's good to be humble. And I think sometimes we get carried away by, I lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter. but yeah. All right. So anyway, you guys are raiders. Thank you, Neko. Thank you. You're welcome to hang out. You're welcome to, smash the like button and follow. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. Just kidding. But yeah, thank you, Nico. I really appreciate it. I don't get raided too frequently, but I do appreciate a good raid. Back to music, yes, because we have more to listen to. So we're back on Shin Megami Tensei 2. So this is neutral from, okay, so this is a let me just refresh my brain. This theme arranged beautifully by the city of Lumphant. This is an arrangement of this particular piece from SMT2. It emphasizes the idea of peace and hope in the balance. When I heard Neko mentioning your name, I thought it was Mark on my meatball. Well, every time I've been in Neko's stream, Neko's ignored me, so I'm amazed that she even said my name. Just kidding, I'm kidding. Oh, Briar, there you are. There's back shots. Anyway, this is beautiful. Ah, the natural. Yeah. We're swelling into it. Oh, wow. Yeah, listen to that. The way that it swells and grows. A really nice suspension into this next corner. And the strings underneath are lifting that top part. See, now they're all kind of moving. That's unison. That's doubling there with the horns and the strings. See, that's nice. You have the sustain in the strings, while the oboe and the flute dip downward and go in the opposite direction. Which gives it a little bit of tug, right? Oh, I love that. The sliding on the chimes. Slide up. And then you see how the oboe had the original motivic idea, went over to the flute, bounced back to the oboe. Tremolo in the strings, we're just kind of pulsating, sustaining. The harp, it gives a little accent to it, and then ends. I mean, lovely stuff, right? You really do feel the hope. Hold on one second. I just want to hear the OG really fast. You know, yeah, that's a loop, but it's like really addictive, kind of, isn't it? So it's interesting how this one, this one has a real religiousness to it, right? Where I feel like the reorchestration, the orchestration of it has this beautiful feeling of a possibility, like a little bit of hope in it, right? The sound itself, like, you know, there's the quality in it of reflection, you know, like, again, I mean, this is all like stuff that like, it just, what comes to my ear, what I feel, what I connect with. And our responsibility is, ideally, when we can and have the time to do it, is to sit down and listen to pieces of music and be like, okay, well, how does this make me feel? Right. Like that's the goal here. You know, and whatever you feel is right. And it doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be, I just like spittle all over myself. It doesn't have to be complex. It's just about, you know, beauty and yeah, just this feeling of like listlessness, like time standing still, you know, like hope for the future, kind of. But the other one is much more religious. It's really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. All right, Momo, we're up next with Aquila Sky, in the Sky Titan. Hold on one second. It's very spiritual. All right, so this one's one that actually people have been really asking me to do, so I'm going to turn this into a video, which is why I asked to do it a little bit later. Black Myth Wukong Brick. I've actually listened to the entire. I played the whole game, and I really like so much of it, especially the battle with the Yaksha prince at the end of chapter 4. I mean, I feel like Black Myth Wukong was one of the most sublime visual games that I've seen in a while. Amphorius is insanely well done. Yeah, is it though? I'm still stuck in Penacony like 2.5. I'm playing really slowly. And this has to be the best boss fight I've ever had the pleasure of playing through. Wow. It's technically 4 songs that play through one boss fight, but it's almost scandalous to list them separately. So please go ahead and enjoy this. Also turn on captions since someone added the lyrics proper. Okay. And I'll be stopping and starting quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to checking out Aquila. I've heard nothing but great things, and a lot of folks have been asking for this. So let's break it down. Ooh. The stream might be weird. I'm going to start recording. So if I disappear, I'm still here. Hopefully this doesn't. My OBS is just there it goes. Okay. You still here, chat? Sorry, my OBS it struggles when I push record. Yeah, okay. Hey, Joe. All right. So yeah, people have been really excited to have me listen to this. I'm slowly catching up with Honkai Star Rail in Penacony. You know, I have issues with the pacing, but I've heard nothing but really positive things about Amphorius besides 3.0, especially 3.0 I heard was pretty slow. So I'm really excited to listen to this. And it's like 4 songs combined into one. We'll stop and start as we go, but honestly, I'm just going to kind of take it in. Here we go. Thank you, Joel. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Well. Oh, that's vocals. That's not the oud. Or the oud. Oh, oud. Okay. Yeah, it is. So this follows the trope of you've got a really good boss theme on your hands when the chorus is singing Sephiroth or Gnosis or whatever that character is from Black and White Pokemon. So I think it's pretty cool, and honestly, this tossles with some really interesting concepts here. I think obviously we have a desert sound, but then also Aquila Sky Titan. We hear Getsis, thank you. We also hear the size, and we hear the body in this sound, which I think is really, really satisfying. Throughout the first minute and change, right? You get this like real sense of size, which is really just is scary. And then that really wonderful chant and sort of shouting out at the sort of the thing, you know what I mean? It has this real like almost revelation quality, this feeling of embracing like the majesty of this massive, beautiful, powerful, dangerous beast that is really, really, really I don't know, almost addictive, and I think it like kind of also embodies, we feel it in our spirits. But I love the Aquila quality, whatever. So let's pop over to Solar Flare of Broken Wings. I'll try to stop like one time each segment if possible. Oh. That's distorted as hell. Wow. Wow. What a fascinating little thing. Yeah, and that little corner really reinforces size. I mean, I don't think it's that like monumentally. I mean, I do love the whale. I think the whale is so powerful. The single female voiced whale. Obviously, this really represents violence and power and strength and all the things that I'm imagining how big. I mean, I'm assuming Aquila is a giant bird. Let me look. Okay, yeah, it's a giant bird. So that makes sense. I don't think that this is necessarily like that interesting per se, but I do really like the EDM Skrillex genre sort of bending that we get there. And the whale is really cool because it's like, obviously to me, I don't know what I mean. It feels like it's very technological. There's a lot of like robotic qualities to it. Feels very like man-made, mixed in with like consciousness that's like otherworldly or bestowed upon by the gods. That's really cool. I definitely like the momentum in it for sure. All right, let's go to Afterglow in Dust, which is phase 3. Here too, that's like a shift happening, Ooh. That's a transformation. Now we're starting to get a motivic movement. Now we're starting to get motivic action here. We're starting to have to really lock in now. This is locking in music. Ooh. I like that really like strong key change while keeping the hit. Yada yada yada. There's the danger. Yada yada. Whoa. Proi proi. Oh? Uh-oh. I got goosebumps. Holy shit. Love this, like, choral anthem. flash up in her eyes. You and I, the young girl, the next time you and I, freak her ride. And I, boy, gone, I guess it's got you. You know, I have some thoughts about this. You know what I really, really, really liked? I liked the progression through each phase, and I'm so glad that I was able to experience them from top to bottom, because I think like that was really important to get to the like sort of emotional payoff of this track. Now, I think that the melody line is extremely powerful, because da 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 like the dim da, and she goes up to the upper register. I think that's all really nice and effective. I actually prefer the chorus more than I do the vocal solo experience. Now, and I think because which is essentially just repeating that melody line anyway, I think that I feel like that's actually more impactful to me, and I love the chant section that I was sort of singing along to as well. I found that the like singing and the lyrics and the sort of like total thing, don't be mad at me, I felt it was a little bit hokey. Like it felt a little bit like extra. I really liked where we went with it, and I really liked phase 3 in some ways more than phase 4. Like, yes, Pro is obviously that's like where that's where the emotional hit is in. That's where we unite our forces and sort of double down and lock into each other and really connect with, and then deliver on the, you know, on the fight. But I think this is one of those things, just like Wildfire was for me, where in context I would probably get goosebumps, whereas out of context it's just like a really nice song. But I don't think it's, you know, and I'm sorry if that like it just doesn't hit. I found phase 3 to be the most musically interesting part. I was surprised when the vocals in the chorus came in, and in that regard I thought that was really, really cool. And I think that using vocals as is now a trend that I'm seeing between, you know, all these different games, I think it's a really nice touch. It's just this one felt a little bit too like, we're gonna do it, and I liked phase 3 where it had a little bit more of a melody line that was guiding us through it. And you know, it's hard to explain likes and dislikes, but from a subjective perspective, I didn't necessarily care for phase 4. I did love the chant, and I did love the middle section that had that choir sort of bolstering, and then we cycle back. And I thought that adding the soloist at the very last section, you know, before the cutoff of the song, was really, really, really awesome. But I think it's going to hit way harder in game, and I do love the tribal quality of it. I do like how it kind of feels deeply rooted in our natural primal natures. It does feel like this fight against a massive foe, and having to lobby and dig deep and find it within yourself to overcome the challenge. I think that those tropes and those ideas are right on the nose and really, really digestible. It actually makes me want to continue my process through Penacony, and get into Emphorius, because I've heard such great things, and it seems like the story is really taking on some really interesting twists and turns. So I'm eager to see this in game, and I'll definitely record my footage when I get there. I'm not streaming the game, but I am playing it in my own time. I'm you know, Finon brought me back, and I know that there's a Dot character coming soon. I love my Dot team with Kafka. So I'm really excited for what I forget her name, Hyacinthia, whatever. So I'm really eager for, and I love the gameplay. Honestly, it's like a perfect complement to my time with Wuthering Waves. So having Star Rail's turn-based, really polished MiHoYo experience coupled with that game, I think is a really nice marriage there. So yeah, I mean, it was really a nice piece of music, a really nice piece of music that I felt. Again, I mean, as long as it gets people feeling and thinking about music, what's not to like? You know what I mean? So with that, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Let me stop recording. Boop. Right. Still live. Yeah. So thank you, Momo. I really liked it. You know, I know maybe it's audacious to be like, the Pro was okay. Cause I mean, I literally had like, probably like at a certain point, like 100 people come in and be like, hey, can you listen to Pro? Can you listen to Pro? I think Pro was fine, but I definitely think that Phase 3 is actually way more, After Glow and Dust is way more interesting, personally, for what I look for. No, I'm grateful that you gave me the whole thing. So it was really neat. And, you know, I really am a little bit more pick and choose. I think Harmonious Choir, the Great Septimus, is actually more interesting to me, but that's also because of my background. You know what I mean? So it was cool to hear this, and I'm actually, you're not the first person that's mentioned how good a Honkai Star Rail has been. So I'm really active to get in there. Hey Timmy, thank you. Thanks Kutara. I am. I hope you're having a great day too. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And yes, Siren, I definitely will. The agency the player has in context. Yeah, totally. All right. Okay, so that ends our sort of deep dives. Let's hop into Tosca tier. So we're gonna hop into it with Sirius. This is not the 15th, so we're going to skip that. Let's check out Gran Turismo set. Oh, wait, we talked about this. POTK. I think it's going to get claimed, but... Well, let's listen to Vroom from Gran Turismo 7. We'll test it out. Oh, this is an official... No, I can't. I can't play this. Featuring Idris Elba, David Okofi, Mea Logo, and Lil TJ. This one's not going to fly because also it's like a direct from PlayStation. I can't. This is going to get claimed instantly. That's why. Can you, PLTK, if you could please change this, and maybe we can have made Kramen an official Patreon moderator. So maybe we can figure out how to get this changed. All right, Anno 1800. Don't say Anno because that means anus. The High Life soundtrack mix. Oh, I just did it. Anno 1800 DLC. This month we're back to the most recent Anno, and here's another compilation from another DLC. This one is focused on building towering metropolises with tall skyscrapers. Really? I guess you can hear like the building and the excitement of building things. Also, hey, what's up, Seditionist? Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you. What's up, Eldrick? How you guys doing? Oh, that's very pretty. I don't know. Love the piano in there. What's up, Street? Love the dee-dee-dun, dee-dee-dun, dee-dee-dun. Hey, Amanda. How you doing? When was this released? I think it's very recently, like in the last... ...2019. But I think this is like an expand. This is one of the DLC for it. Because it takes place at the dawn of the industrial age, and it's all about skyscrapers, so... Like, this is really neat music to have playing while you're building stuff. The things I want to do to that beard of yours, grab on it like a crazy dog with a chew toy. Oh boy. Am I blushing? No, not particularly. Thank you, I guess. Do you make me nervous? No. Weirded out slightly, but not nervous. Oh, that's pretty. Hey, Arrow, how are you? That's cute. I like the celebration music. That's really nice. That's a pretty little piece. I mean, the cool thing about like city builders like that is that like you you know, you have that sound that accompanies you while you're like creating civilization, you know, and like building things and it's a really satisfying experience, I think, personally. Yeah. Anyway, that guy's banned. Fuck that guy. I have no problem with people complimenting how I look, but like I'm not here for you to like jerk off to. So like do me a favor and like I'm down with you guys. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little bit compliments or praise, but like, you know, that's what porn is for. Not to come into my stream and talk about how you want to pull my beard and make me nervous. So, you know, let's keep it normal. I like compliments just as much as the next person, but yeah, no. Try not to, you know, beat your meat while you're fucking on my stream. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, please do that in the private from now on. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about it. Anyway, that guy's banned. All right, from a trippy, surreal exploration adventure game, by the way, I highly recommend both games. Chapter 1. Sorry, not to be lewd, but like when someone comes into my my Twitch talking about how they like their men freaked out and they want to pull my beard, you know, makes me want to shave it off because fuck you. From a trippy, surreal exploration adventure game. Highly recommend both games. I know it's so rare. It is so rare for our stream to have like I love a good compliment. Don't get me wrong. But usually like not about my physical appearance. I wish instead of talking about my beard, that guy had come in and told me that they loved my hairline. You know, like that would have really gone far. I might have done something freaky on stream because they suggested that, you know, because they complimented my hairline. Because people so often come in and they're like, "Why are you balding?" You know, like, damn. If they had been like, "Damn, your hairline looks fucking incredible," I would have been like, Okay, all right. First of all, don't abuse. Great hairline, Marco. Thank you. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here, you guys. Oh, what a great hairline. Okay, guys. Jesus Christ. From a trippy, surreal exploration adventure. I should have kept my mouth shut. I know, I opened the door. It's true. From a trippy, surreal exploration adventure game. Highly recommend both games. Chapter 1 currently only Oh, this is yeah, that's right. That's right. That's like this really crazy game. This is not the first of these soundtracks that we've listened to. Oh no, I think the beard is cool. Enna Dream Barbecue. That's right. That's right. Let's listen. Super freaky. Wow, that's actually gorgeous. I'm of like two minds in this. On the one hand, I'm kind of like, it's kind of like you put it on while doing something else. On the other hand, I'm like, I fucking love it. like it's like I'm of like two very distinct minds. On the one hand, I'm like, man, the electric guitar, especially when that comes in, it's like glorious. Like it's so good. And the rest of it's like immensely forgettable for me. So I alternate between the two. That's lovely. I just think it's like a track that you would put on in the background and sort of like, I really want to play this because it seems like such a weird ass game. But the guitar is just exceptional. So like, would I show a non-gamer that, which is usually where I am with my brain when I'm thinking about these pieces? Not necessarily, but I think like it's a really good, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Nick. So I think it's definitely, I'm going to do a Killer Instinct video. You don't have to become a patron for that. I definitely think that it's a really interesting piece of music, though, that I very much liked, that I would absolutely put on while doing other things. Shadow Labyrinth. Let's do the Black Tower. This music plays in the giant black tower. The fourth main world. Oh, this is Shadow Labyrinth. The freaking Pac-Man game. Spear turned into a tower. Despite the marketing for the game, Shadow Labyrinth is much closer to a gritty Xevious story, part of the UGSF timeline with Pac-Man elements integrated into it instead of Pac-Man but dark and scary. I did hear one piano piece from this game that is absolutely crazy. Let's listen. Yeah, I mean, I think it does a great job of showcasing, you know, the landscape, and I think it, like, in context, I think it really fits really well. Out of context is kind of like, it's okay. Like, it doesn't necessarily, like, I think it does a great job of showcasing like a real dangerous place, you know, a place full of mystery, of big echoey hallways, especially with the, you know, bam, 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 bam. Obviously there's some motivic idea in there. But it doesn't necessarily, like, I don't feel, you know, I feel super moved, and I'm not necessarily sure that it's like it's the epitome of like a track that you'd want someone to like a first taste of what Shadow Labyrinth is capable of, I guess, because I've heard some of the piano pieces from the game and they're insanely good. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, and I really like the synthetic aesthetics about it. It's a nice little track. I in this case, what I would say is I would want to hear more, because you can't. It's really hard to judge a soundtrack based off of one thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my thought on that. It's nice though. I'm glad I heard it. Oh yes. Oh, the battle for Iki Island. You know, I don't think I ever finished this expansion. This song plays when you reclaim your deceased father's. Yeah. I don't want to spoil too much. The game gives you a charging mechanic, and you mean if I remember final battle. Yeah. Iki Island. What's up, Ona? What a good soundtrack. I adore this time thing, especially because of like the stress that's in this about the responsibility for this. You know, this is like the final battle for Iki Island, so it's a big deal, and the pulsation there, coupled with the lovely taiko, but then also all this, and it kind of like is rolling over itself. Love the drums. There's the motif. Family ties. Oh, thank you so much, Monopoly. That's so thoughtful of you to say. I'm so glad you like it. Lovely theme. Lovely, lovely, lovely theme. Really nice. I thought that was so elegant and powerful. Really, really, really cool. And so unique, too. Oh, Eternal Bond from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. An epic theme mostly associated with the character Ike. All right, let's check it out. There's a loop, yeah. I think it's an interesting piece in that, like, with Ike, we sort of get Ike's character. We get Ike's, like, commitment to, to following through on a mission. I think the piece is, actually someone mentioned it, that it's very busy, and I definitely feel the piece is extremely busy. I would have liked obviously it's some sort of battle theme, I think, or like some sort of like, I wish that the melody had been a little bit more front and center. I think part of it it's a little bit of a fail because of for me, because of the MIDI instrumentation. So there's just a lot of noise. That said, I really like the da 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 ya da pa 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 pa. Like, I really like that. I really like the emphasis on, like, the commitment to a challenge, the commitment to a goal, the commitment to being steadfast, even in the face of adversity, which is really nice. But yeah, I think it's very busy, for better or for worse, Actually, that brings up a really interesting conversation I had with my therapist the other day about negativity, and I was really interested in speaking on it because negativity is a really powerful emotion, and what we know that because we use it, for clickbait and for other things like that. But I was talking with my therapist about like, what do I do when I don't like something? What do I do when like I want to be authentic to like, my feelings aren't at peace? And he made a really interesting point that I wanted to share. In that, like, if someone disagrees with you, it's actually a positive, because unless you're like a total D-bag, which you wouldn't, well, I certainly would not be, having someone have an emotion towards something they like, positive or negative, where if they feel like defending it, or they feel like, rallying against you, or they, affirm what you say, or they feel validated by what you say. All of those things are actually positive if you think about it. If a person doesn't agree with you and lets you know strongly that they don't agree with you, that shows that they love something so much that they're willing to fight for that belief that it is that good, right? And so by being yourself, and by choosing, in this case myself, by choosing to be positive or negative, or express those feelings, I actually still am able to help others feel seen and validated by their own likes and dislikes. And I thought that was a really beautiful thought process for myself personally, of like, yeah, no, I can talk about these things, and it's okay if we don't agree, because you still get to engage with this topic and be passionate about it, regardless of, where you stand on it. Now, obviously it's my responsibility to not be a dick, but and to be forthright. I think it's really great. I think it's a really important thing. Constructive criticism is a terrific thing. When it's done correctly. Hey, Brain, how are you? It's great. And I really like constructive criticism. I love, at the end of my Street Fighter sessions, we've been having like I don't really like feedback during matches, but I really like feedback at the end of matches. At the end of matches, I find that unless I'm like really pissed off, or tilted, I find that the feedback at the end of a session, absolutely, Bruce, at the end of the session, I find that I'm very open to getting, a perspective shift, Congrats, Brain. I'd rather something be bad than boring. What a profound thing to say. I think that's very true. Hello. Lappy towards home. That's cool. You've never played Arknights yet. You really are drawn to that piece. I wish we could do it today, but I think the list is set, I think, for today. Let's listen to Rosalina in the Observatory from Mario Kart World. They didn't have to go that hard on Mario Kart World. Yeah, the arrangements they did that for us, and also for the $80 price tag. Oh boy. I have not. Oh. I love the break there. It is such a nice. I've emailed him. I'm kind of letting him go, you know. Yeah, these are a bunch of remixes. Yep. The muted trumpet's so lovely. Tons of really good arrangements in this soundtrack. Really lovely stuff. Nice pivot into a wall of a waltz. Really good, just a lovely track, which is so clean, so well done, amazing. And yeah, I mean, Mario Kart has such a good soundtrack. I don't necessarily think that the game is in fact, I don't think the game is worth $80, but I felt pretty strongly that the soundtrack was really well done. Hold on one second. All right, let's check out Memento Mori. Oh yeah, this has really good music. Fortina, a kind-hearted nun with strong religious faith. She views every moment of suffering as a trial from God and faces everything with utmost sincerity. Pieces of her lament is heard in Elfride's lament. Cool. Fortina 6, the sword. Bagpipes. What the fuck?
My scar highlights our struggle and weakness. I let out under tear and pain, fly up into the sky. Hey, take me somewhere far away from here. Pretending my hands never shake the armor that was a burden to me. Are you really missing it? I threw that away long ago. It's too late to get it back. I died everything ambiguous with light. Lie to me, I hear a fuzzy melody.
This is really nice. Memento Mori. Is this a card game? I can't remember. Hold on.
I am like a clown, pretend to be clever, but have no clue. I let another tear in pain float and take on a cinder. I dare to be evil.
That's not the game.
I long for forgiveness. I know I cannot even bring a single petal into bloom. One more flower wilted while I was blinking at the moon. I eagerly awaited the ambiguous light. Light to me, I hear a faded melody. Until I disappear. Just keep staring at me.
I love the Celtic energy in this. Is so fascinating. Yeah, it's most certainly a mobile game. Oh, yikes, okay. Strange how apparently the gacha is poopy and the music is the game. Huh? Story is 0 out of 5. It's amazing how they can make such a powerful piece of music, though. Looks like an AFK combat is not my tea. I can barely stay awake for freaking a visual novel, let alone. But musically though, and I mean the art style obviously is beautiful. I mean I'm not the type of person to like push back against, like I'll try anything including mobile games. I got zero problem with that. I'm an adult. I can spend my money how I please, but I will say that you know, if it's an AFK, like there are certain styles that I just can't do. And that's definitely one of them. Even though musically, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was lovely. 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 Oh, wow. AI limit, huh? A track from an Overlooked game, thanks to coming around. Yeah, it came out not around the same time. It came out the day before. Zab. It came out the day before. I wasn't crazy about the music of AI Limit, but in fundamentally, it's a great little Souls-like. It was made by a studio who I'm sure you have never heard of, and not even once, Vanguard Studios. Oh, that's right. They did. Vanguard Studio made the music. That's right. They did. Yeah, I know that Frulova. I don't regret spending that much money on Frulova, but I'll never do it again. I just can't. Above the Sky. God, Vanguard is just such a good studio. It's obscene. Yeah, I think they did everything. Thanks, Holly. I'm glad you liked it. Totally. I felt that the track was really, really heavy and impactful. I really liked that the soundscape was it felt very, very like watching a war rage on, right? And you're just like kind of looking at it like, what? You know what I mean? I felt though that the piece also kind of just sort of didn't have any sort of movement in it. Felt very like ambient, which is fine. But I just I don't know. I just like it kind of zoned out at one point because it's just like, okay, well, where is this going? There's like no sense of momentum or forward movement. I felt that was a bit challenging to listen to. But I always loved the Vanguard crunch, and I felt that the I felt like you really felt the sense of tension and the sense of like, it was almost like taut, if that makes sense. So like, you don't necessarily need a melody because the heaviness of the beat was really, really like consistent. So I thought that was really nice. It was a really interesting track. I mean, AI Limit, and what I gathered from the soundtrack, having listened to it and played it a little bit before it released, actually, I got it ahead of time, was that it really fit the setting, of course. You know what I mean? Like the setting of the sort of the time and place that you're in was really impactful. And I liked it. In some ways, I liked it more than Kazan, even though I think Kazan is more polished. Okay, Element 4L, Paxton. Curious to hear your take about this one. A weird piece from a small indie game from a few years ago. Never played it myself, but I heard it a while back and it's stuck. Yeah, remixes are really interesting in that regard as well. I think like remixes, like they kind of like they they like can play with nostalgia and fiddle with it, with like, they kind of expand an experience. So it's cool because it's almost like it envelops you especially if you've experienced the context before. Every song feels better with context, not necessarily. I mean, I personally don't feel like every song is better. I do think that music outlasts the games 9 times out of 10. I really feel strongly about that. But I don't know. It depends on the piece. There are plenty of pieces that I've felt really connected to because of my own lived context that were more impactful for me than in the game. Like prime example is Outer Wilds. 14.3 billion years in context. Didn't care for it. It was whatever. Out of context, I cried, you know, because I connected it to my own context, my own lived context. But definitely there's a lot of tracks that you really need context for to really dig into. Context is a shortcut to connect with a piece, and it's not strictly, what you just said, I think makes a lot of sense, and I agree with you. I think one of the best things we can do is listen to music out of its context and explore it, and explore that and explore that feeling of the unknown of it. Like when you discover a piece for the first time and how weird that feels. How it feels like navigating through like a forest that you don't know the location of because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know if you're going to like it. You don't know this, you don't know that. Hi, Allison. So in my mind, I feel like context is a beautiful vessel and you need it. But there is something magical about like sitting with a track and vibing with something sort of unknown. It's really interesting. A lot of the Studio Ghibli tracks that I've ended up falling in love with, I actually didn't hear them in context until I watched the movies. And then once I watched the movies and I was like, oh, that's that song. And then it was like I mixed and matched the context, both of my life and the moment of, like, I know distinctly where I was the day I heard a Nausicaa Valley in the Wind. I had heard the music beforehand. And then when but that's also, that music is so digestible though. You know what I mean? But I know exactly where I was the day that I heard Nausicaa's OST for the first time in the context. And it was like a cool connective piece. That said, there are multiple opera arias and duets that I actually hated listening to and felt were incredibly boring. And then I saw them in context and I was totally enraptured. And all of a sudden it's like a piece of a puzzle and it connects, right? So interesting. It's so interesting. Anyway, let's listen to this. I don't know what this is. Paxton. This is a classical piece. Interesting rhythmic shift. No, this is the Patreon stream. Q-tip. I listen to Patreon suggestions every week. I'm gonna film that next week though. Hope you're doing well, though. I like it. I like it. It's really amorphous. It's like constantly ebbing and flowing, isn't it? It's constantly changing. I think I wish that it was a little bit less eerie and a little bit more like, I wish that it had gone in a real like EDM sort of momentum, but it feels very broken and run down and sort of defeated, and it's very catchy. I think I'm in the wrong mental state today to hear that and sort of like process it. You know what I mean? Like it has a real intensity about it, though. It's very the music box. It's weird because the first word that popped in my head just now was viscous, but I don't think that's the right word because the music box sound and the like light like glockenspiel whatever is it's very airy and it has this real like upper register like childlike thing, right? But at the same time, it's very dense. You know what I mean? It's very like heavy though. It feels like it's like taffy being stretched, and so it's like it's distorted. There's a deformity in it. It's very rich, but not like, I don't know. You're right. I guess, cause it is constantly changing. It's never locked in place. You know what I mean? Which is really intriguing. I wouldn't say I liked it, but I don't think that I think I respect it for what it is, because it clearly was connecting with an otherworldly aspect. You know what I mean? It's cool. I'm glad you showed it to me. It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's listen. Wait. Let me check something. We're very ahead of schedule for this week, for this month. So I think I'm going to pause there because we only have 25 Tosca songs left. And we really only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6. 6. So we have 27 Toscas and we have 6 turn dots. So I'll do 3 next week and then continue on. I think it's only the 8th. So 15, 20. Yeah. So hard to believe that we're just going to start cruising through August here pretty soon. Really, really mind blowing, to be honest. Well, Snowy, we would have never gotten to your Arknights today anyway. Yeah, no, I appreciate you exposing me to weird shit. It's great. It's great to think about stuff. And I'm grateful to have a platform where I can sort of articulate whether or not I like something or not. Yeah, guys. So anyway, tomorrow morning I'll be playing through Battlefield 6's open beta. And if that's something you want to come and hang out with, we will most certainly, we will most certainly be playing as a community. If you want to come hang out, that'll be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. EST. Monday, we'll be continuing my playthrough of Cyberpunk. And actually, no, I don't think I'll be able to do it Monday. Tuesday, we'll be continuing my playthrough. Monday, we'll be listening to the Left 4 Dead 2 and 1 soundtracks. And then, am I? No, I'll still be able to do my playthrough of Cyberpunk on Monday. Tuesday, also Cyberpunk. And I'll figure out the schedule for next week. Okay, guys, I appreciate it. Well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I have to follow the order in which it's put in, in any case, thank you guys for hanging out. And thank you, Ethan, for earlier, and everyone who gave donations today. I appreciate that very much. I'll see all of you later. And take care. Be well.